I started off on the police force about 8 years ago now, and looking back, I realized I chose that job out of fear. A lot of the women who come to my work, a lot of the families that are interested in learning how to set their lives free, I always tell them we have to look at your health first and foremost. Everything else comes second. What actually happened one day was my body just gave out on me and I collapsed in my police car. So that was the day I really consider the starting point of my life, really, because I made a decision that day and I said a prayer, and that changed everything. I really took about 1.5 to 2 years to get my health back. I quit the police force. I traveled the world practicing yoga. I worked with coaches, energy healers, naturopathic doctors, and really took radical responsibility for the highest vision for my health. I took that first year or two to get my health back. Once you get your health in order, what starts to happen is you step into the role of teacher, leader, entrepreneur with a message to share, a story to tell. And so I started teaching weekend yoga immersions, and of course that fear-based voice was like, who are you to do this? But I just did it anyways. And then my essential oil business with doTERRA really showed up out of nowhere. And essential oils have been a huge tool for me. It was one of the final puzzle pieces, I would say, on my journey back home to whole health. So essential oils came into my life as I started teaching on different leadership topics. And then the business opportunity, I was about to say fell into my lap, but it was really meant to happen. I had stepped into my role as a leader in the world and had really pushed fear aside, and I was starting to cultivate a lot of experience. And so all of a sudden, momentum and growth started to happen very quickly. And this is what happens. I see it. I've mentored hundreds of women, and the women who take their health game seriously, and the women who are listeners and they trust, okay, we've talked about this, all of a sudden, business momentum kicks in out of nowhere. You're not looking for it. You're not stressed about it. You're not chasing it. It just explodes. And it's really a reflection of all the work that you've done up until that point. The third way is I started to look at, once my health and finances were in order, how am I now here to serve on a broader scale? Because money isn't a worry anymore. My husband is retired from the police force. We're able to be happy and present with our daughter every day. That part is covered, so there's no stress. And then we can now look at what's next. How do we need to serve? I know a lot of entrepreneurs who are totally stressed when it comes to launching the podcast or starting the thing because they don't have the funds to do it. So the unique thing about what I teach is when you have this formula of health and then wealth, you are completely free to spread the message, the mission that you're here to spread without any stress or chaos. And just say yes. And when you say yes, the trust muscle grows, the surrender muscle grows, and then it gets easier to take deeper risks and to continue to say yes and yes and yes. And before you know it, you've got your health back. You're guided to some sort of a business or passion project or something where you will be able to step into that role as teacher. And then you're on your way to setting yourself free.